Welcome back, ladies and gents. We do have Complexity taking on fnatic here, and the second map is just around that corner. It's Nuke. It's the map choice of Complexity. They did lose out on fnatic's pick of Train, but I think that's how we expected it, Harry. What do you expect for the second one? Where do you think the series is going?
Well, I like to think it's going to go all three, Hugo. I really do, right? I'm hoping that we can see Complexity bring in their A game here on Nuke. I want to see these guys showing up in spades. We started to see Complexity come back to their feet there towards the end of Trade. And so if they can carry this forward heading into Nuke, I think there's still a good chance for them.
Yeah, it's worth noting that Complexity have been...
Mate.
Oh, yeah.
They actually put it in favor of fnatic. So Betway have entirely disagreed with me, Hugo.
Yeah, I mean, I understand that, right? fnatic are a map up at the end of the day. Worth keeping in mind, Complexity are on an eight map win streak on Nuke online. So they have really been grinding this one. And let's see if all of that work is going to have a result behind it. fnatic have been pressured. Much as how the pistol round was crazy on the T side of Train for fnatic, Complexity are doing similar stuff. They're already in the heaven at 125. Rush holding the lobby will die. Golden's got to deal with this one. There's already a smoke down. And Complexity losing lobby is going to send them towards that B bomb site. Nice shot from Golden. Makes things worse for Complexity by the second, and it's just not stopping, is it? Kill after kill. Complexity's game plan of splitting that upper bomb site is torn apart, and now trying to drop B. They know fnatic are already there anyway, and boy oh boy is that true. Two players in the wings, JW gets caught, but even with these kills coming up for Complexity, they're actually going to dive back up the ladder towards top. No one is here, apart from the fact that fnatic are in the lobby.
Yeah, it's a bit of an odd one right now. Config's going to try and go back into the lobby, and he might not like what he finds, but honestly, Crims is 2 points of health. Like, Config wins that fight every day of the week, and Brolin's been spotted as well, exiting out from the squeaky door, so they know where these players reside. Config gets brought down to just 1 point of health, but he's still alive and still a threat. Flusher with the defused kit. Here's... Oh, dear!
No!
Oh, dear, Flusher! Oh, no, he's tried to go for the knife, and... yeah, Blame ain't about to let you knife him. Look at the guns on that guy. He's looking to use them.
That's a 2-on-5, man. That's crazy. There's no way that fnatic should be losing that one. So pretty mad stuff. Blame. Was that on purpose? Yeah, he knew. Look at the bait. Look at it. He just goes up and down. He's waiting for Flusher to chase him. And I love it. Absolutely filthy from Complexity. And look at this buy. It is similar as well. Mac 10s galore. We've got a force for fnatic. They won the same round on the CT side of Trade. But a scout on JW inside of A main, Deeks and CZs around it. Can fnatic really put up a fight here? Complexity haven't gone fast or grouped with these Mac 10s, so hopefully that will still happen in the late round, but hitting A at this point would be very dangerous. So they might go back to set up outside smokes or just take the ramp. Those two options seem far safer for Cole at this current point.
Blame going to line up the Molly. That's going to get thrown up and over. There's deny some position here to Brolin, who's dropped on down with this CZ. JW, he's on quite the mission. And, oh, well, you know, he goes a little too far on his journeys. And he finds himself in Blame territory. So now, Complexity sat in this 5-on-4 up against the pistols. They're going to pick up the pace. Very unfortunate timing for Crims. As his teammate has dropped off to go try take up a position down at B, he gets caught at ramp. And these Mac 10s aren't allowing the pistols too much time to find engagements. Brolin, we often sing high praise about his CZ. But this, a 1v5, like admittedly, they don't really know he's here. Poison is jump. Oh no! For the knife, and he does get this stuff off. Poison gets deleted. Rush comes in with the trade. Brolin isn't normally the kind of guy to chance those knives. So yeah, you know, a little bit of fnatic seeping into his playstyle more and more by the day.
I mean, when you spend your days surrounded by Flusher, JW, and Crims doing all this mad stuff, I mean, it's pretty standard to pick up some of it. Nice stuff from Brolin. He gets a bit of money, but that's it. It's still an eco round for fnatic moving forward. They're still not going to be rich until the fourth round of this map. Rush, not a sniper by any means of the word, but that's fine. Not known to be. He got some scout damage off in the previous. but let's see him where we want him, with that Mach 10 and 2 AKs behind it. Cole have invested a little bit more than the previous, making sure they can play it safely, and some outside smokes going straight out into the yard. Cole looking to take the position towards Secret.
Yeah, the fast outside smokes go in, and the cross behind it. Now there is a dink there from old mate Crims through the smoke, and Golden rather, tries to go aggressive in through the back line. There you go. Brolin does die shortly there in after. And it is just Crims left, the man with the deagle. Over here at ramp, he's got players pressuring him. They actually back away. They give Crims a bit of a respect here. Maybe not for long, though. Rush, he wants the money. That's what he's eyeing up right now. And, well, that's what happens when you prioritize money in your life. He gets taken down by Crims over at ramp. But that should be pretty much it for old mate Crims here. Dealt with by Poison and Complexity. They're going to find a pistol and the 2 conversions on the back of it. But now this buy comes through for fnatic. JW's going to get to don the AWP nice and early. And on Train, JW is like one of the quiet players for fnatic. So here in the head-to-head versus Complexity, you want to see JW getting ahead early on with this AWP.
Without a doubt, with no AWP to stop him, this is the perfect breeding grounds for JW to come alive. He's playing Heaven to support A, but he can also watch outside if needed, and a blind shot finds Rush towards the door. There are those deep smokes for Cole. They're going to try and cross towards Secret. JW, if anyone jumps, he's going to be able to take them out in the air. Golden looking for the man above main roof, rather, does find Blame. And fnatic have already sent B rotations in, so with Complexity losing their upper site players, while they have the vent to cut off rotations, they don't exactly want to go flying up it into that filled A bomb site, filled with Swedes. Flush has dropped the bomb on B. JW finding another with the AWP, and one by one, they all fall. No kills for Cole, and that's fnatic showing us what they can do with these rifles. First buy round coming through, and that AWP already showing up with 2 kills as well, so certainly bodes well for the Swedes. It's going to be a big question mark, you know, how much tomfoolery Complexity are going to have on this T side, but how many fakes as they throw these outside smokes and drop towards B? Are we going to see more of those smokes, but with some upper hits coming through, some ramp takes? What do Complexity want to show us as they come in with another rifle round?
Oh, and the attempt at the lobby aggression doesn't pan out for Crims. Brolin. Oh, there he is. Knocks down 3 while he's a little bit blinded. And while Obo does get the trade, Brolin has left fnatic in a very good spot here. The bomb on the back of Blame, that sneaks down through the vents while Obo continues to sell this fake up at the A site. And fnatic, they've fallen for it hook, line, and sinker. There's a smoke down in main that denies any vision. And now they realize as that bomb plant comes in down towards B that this is all a ruse by Obo. He almost captures a man getting down through Secret. And that's wasted a little bit of time off the clock for Golden. Obo's still holding down the line, and he's ready for these players to try and cross in through Secret. Blame's meant to be holding on to ramp. AW has gotten out and is actually on the bomb. He's sticking it. Obo gets mollied. He's spraying, but oh dear, he's run out of ammo. And fnatic, they win the round just sticking the defuse. Blame actually up on the head of the man in the covey. But yeah, that was a very odd round there. fnatic, they waste no time. They just get straight on the bomb, and I kind of love it.
Yeah, that's a bit of a problem for Obo, right? He gives away his position in the A site. If he just dropped down the vents, which I understand why he wouldn't want to do that, but he would have actually beat those rotations from fnatic from main down towards Secret. He would have had a far better chance of, you know, getting a kill and getting into position to win that round, rather than just, you know, giving away the fact that he was on that top site, letting fnatic push ramp fast as a result. They knew they had a max 1-on-2 in the bomb site. And a nice stick from JW, of course, just to push us over the line. fnatic, they break Cole's money. There is that one hero AK on Blame saved from the last, but around that is very little. Flusher, reload coming through. They're going to hit the timing. Perfect push from Cole. Can Flusher get away alive? No. The molly will prohibit them from picking up the gun, but they don't care. Config runs right through into that B bomb site. These pistols are going fast, and I like the fearless aggression from Complexity. If they hung around on a round like this, they wouldn't get a thing done, and they still might lose the round even with these 2 AKs. fnatic's utility starting to mop up kills on the retake, and oh boy, blink and you miss it. This is out of control. Obo with a big D kill. He's going to get aggressive, and Blame supports him with another. Now left in the clutch again. Oh. He's trapped. They're sticking the bomb. There's nothing he can do. Blame is gone. He's out. He's done. And fnatic get the retake locked in.
Yeah, that's heartbreaking. Once again, it's just sticking the defuse for JW. He doesn't even need a weapon at this point in time. Just buy that man a kit and he's fine. And that's actually, I was going to say, is that what he's done here? Like,
yeah,
that's how he had a gun, but no. He's throwing an AWP into play alongside him with Flusher dotting on as well. Outside smokes go in, but there's a pretty aggressive play here towards outside. The flash is stellar, and Golden's going to remove one on the back of it. Now try and get down through Secret. Crims, Ailes can't figure out the round, but Poison comes in with a trade. JW waiting patiently. Hasn't seen anything yet, but Obo has gotten close to Made. And this A site right now is pretty empty. Outside of JW in Heaven, there's no one here.
fnatic needs to be ready for this, though, and I think JW is. He spotted the bomb in Secret taking a peek, and the fact that Brolin's had no contact down on B means fnatic are going to be starting to scratch their heads, wondering where this player is actually ending up. JW, oh, he better wish he had the AWP out in his hands there. The pistol is not the gun for the job, and Rush shows him why. Brolin quick up the vents, dropping one, knowing that Rush is still inside of this site, and Poison giving away his position with that Molotov is all the info fnatic need to win this round. Can they hit the shots, though? No! As Rush gets aggressive, he finds Brolin. This grenade could cause a real problem, though, as Flusher looks to stop the plant. Will they just drop B to get away with him? Yes. What a great call for Complexity. Flusher hears it, but he knows too late that he has likely lost his round. Look at it. As he drops down. Oh, dear. Is Flusher's just going to save this AWP? Probably. What a shame.
Yeah, he doesn't really have much to go off of on this round. So Complexity, they are going to find this fourth. They get it on the board. It's a bit of a shame as well, because for fnatic, I really like what they bring outside, right? I like that we have Golden going aggressive, getting set up. He has Crims nearby to help out. And Complexity, their trade game outside was great. Every kill that fnatic got, Complexity would just instantly reclaim. And ultimately, it sets them up nicely for success in this round. That's 4 on the board now for Complexity.
Good T-side start.
So I was going to say, at least the AWP's held on to, right? There's like a bit of a silver lining here for fnatic. Is that going to be enough for them to fight back within this coming round? Because it's the only thing they've got.
Yeah, P250, so not really a pretty purchase. And Cole might go fast off the back of that information, but I guess it's a double-edged sword. You know there's pistols, so why rush and give away a round if you play slow and wait for that, wait for any aggressive CTs? It can offer you up free kills here. JW might be one of them. He's pushed towards the door, but Rush is waiting on a timing, and he hits it perfectly. Headshot follows, and Complexity, they're going to bail from Lobby. I like this call, right? JW, the only info fnatic have in this round is there's someone watching Lobby, and now at least that is no longer the case. Cole group with these smokes in the yard, they're going to cross towards B, and they know fnatic can't put up too much of a fight. Flusher, he's got that AWP. It is on ramp, meaning he can rotate B pretty quickly, but have fnatic made that call yet? Had they made that read? Because right now they have no idea how many players, if any, are crossing behind these smokes towards that lower site. Crim's is going to try and get the information, but he is the last line of defense on lower.
And he's only got this P2K, so likely won't be able to offer much up. Flusher, ramp. Maybe if he pulls the attention away, Crims can get away with a little something here over in this corner. He's still hidden and does get spammed down now by Config.
Wait,
uh-oh. Golden's denied the bomb plant. Flusher's swung in from ramp. Rush is all the way up at the A site, having to come down through the vents, but this leaves a 2-on-3 open, and while Rush is wrapping around, yeah, there's 10 seconds left. He needs these kills, and Rush is going to find them both. The AWP from Flusher lands a tag. They don't get into the site. They can't get the bomb down. Flusher's just got to stay alive, and oh, he's running. They can't find him in time, and Blame will get the kill, but it's not enough to put the round on the board for Complexity. Flusher with some stellar AWP play down towards ramp keeps that round in fnatic's favor.
Oh, the cover. Golden hits the perfect timing. They were so scared of that AWP. They knew it was the one weapon the fnatic had, and that draws them away from the doors. And wow, flusha, he's taking fights with 5 seconds left. He doesn't need to do any of that. He can just run. But what a confident display. Peeking out, getting kills with no time left for Complexity. And well, it could have cost fnatic the round, but it didn't. So we will meet that with some praise, flusha. Great work off the hero AWP, and that's a full eco win for fnatic. A round that should never go their way. Dear, oh dear. Complexity are going to be kicking themselves. The AWP is back out, but Obo's on a pistol, and Complexity is just a round away from a reset. Same story for fnatic though, right? They don't exactly have a huge amount of money to fall back on, and so this is a crucial one here, round number 9. JW supporting the outside cross, Golden spamming the smokes, but no one is yet to push past Complexity. They have the bomb here, and they need to go fast forward towards B.
Oh, but Golden does drop the AWP over here outside, and even though they're pressuring him, oh, he actually does get dealt with there by Config. Flush is trying to help out from hell, and he's offered up 1 kill, a little bit more damage, and he's hungry for more. He's going aggressive. Now, Rush has gotten out in towards ramp for him in the meantime. And Obo shuts down another. Oh, and he follows up with the P2. So this suddenly goes from looking like a dead to rights fnatic round to one that Complexity have more than clawed their way back into.
Don't count Crims out, though. That would be a fatal error. They're going to take A, or Complexity are about to go secret to B, but they already had Rush on the site. He cleared it out, and that will draw the cavalry into this one. That's exactly what Crims wants, but can he really stop it? He thinks they're heaven right now, and he doesn't get the kit. He walks right past it. So that's a big mistake from Crims, and I don't think he's realized it either. Like, it was at his feet. It was right in front of him, and, you know, chances of him winning this round are pretty low anyway, but now they are minuscule. And he's just here for kills. If he gets one and leaves, that's good. It at least means Complexity aren't going to be making a huge amount of money. But will they give him that fight? Quick spot, Obo's down, Crim swivels, but he gets traded for the man in the site. Rush, nice work there to keep the round up for Complexity. And the lack of kit doesn't bother Crims, as he at least gets 2 kills, right? He makes it interesting, even if it isn't a round win. And now fnatic broken, right? Absolutely gone when it comes to the money. They're going to force.
And it looked like they wanted to try and maybe come in with like a lobby crunch, right? They slow down though, and maybe they've decided against it. Complexity going to start to move in towards ramp. Rush leading that charge. He's been a bit of a ramp master. Now this lower site play looks to come through. Flusher's still here, but as I say it, he does get mopped up. And while the rotations are here, thick and fast, it's still a tricky spot to be in for fnatic. But oh dear, that's the bomb. The bomb went aggressive into the window room, and JW has been able to drop it and retrieve an AK. They hound him down, but JW's eluded them. Escapes capture from these players in control, and now him and Crim's going to try and regroup and approach this in a 2-on-3. Now, this isn't like an ideal spot for Complexity either. They might have both the man and firepower advantage, but getting this bomb down with these players so close to prove to be a bit of an issue. However, Config and Obo just get immediate control once again. Complexity going to put themselves as 6th up on the board, and now that decision to force for fnatic comes back to bite them here.
Yeah, this is going to be a real streak on the T side for Coles. So fnatic's work is truly going to be cut out for them in the second half, and just mainly down to the money, right? The fact that they've constantly been broken. Nice push though, good read from fnatic, but there's so many more forces than they imagined, and Config will lay down the pain. An immediate AWP kill from the pistols, but nothing more. And fnatic now another rifle round, but up against 7. This is the spot the Complexity were in that first half, right? Like, no matter what you're doing, no matter how many rounds you get, you know you've lost the half, and you're fighting essentially a comeback from, you know, the opening 10 rounds of the game. And that's really where fnatic are right now. They need to streak together some CT-sided rifle rounds here if they want to win this map. Complexity on the orb. Fnatic don't quite have that luxury. Flush has had to buy a FAMAS, poor guy, just to buy up util. And there's still no kit here either for Fnatic. So definitely holes in this purchase, and we'll see if Complexity can exploit said holes. They've just loved these outside smokes.
Ooh, Rush. Once again, Rush loves ramp, man. He really does. He's coming back in. He's looking to take control. They trust him. They love him here. So he just is allowed free entry. Gets on by. Flusher is to fall off once again. And once again, he just gets hounded down into this B site. Chased by Complexity. Fnatic, they need to do something about this ramp aggression, because Complexity have just been dominating this ramp room over and over again. Golden spotted that there's 2 players down here, and Poison's going to best him in the head-to-head. For Brolin and JW, this might just have to be a save. They're still creeping forward. They're still seeing if they can find anything. And yeah, they can't. Brolin's going to try and hold on to this M4, but it's an 8th round on the board for Complexity.
Yeah, when you watch a player like Flamey, for example, like play drop down on ramp and you know, play in a position where they don't want to fight, like someone like Flamey's so good at that, just spotting and immediately getting safely into B with the information, knowing ramp is compromised. Flusher, he tries to do the same there, right? He's holding a nice tight angle. He's not giving a lot away to Cole. He gets the info. He immediately drops after taking some shots. And Rush is so quick on that chase, so fast to hound him down. And when Rush is getting away with those kills, like he gets a kill, he immediately dies in the B side. But it doesn't matter, because Rush has done the job that needed to happen for Complexity to steamroll that round, right? The immediate B pick, they just fall behind it. You see how Flusher leaves immediately, but he just doesn't get out alive. And I love that from Rush, hounding him down to the ends of the earth and locking out Fnatic from that lower bomb site. Certainly doesn't help when, you know, Fnatic are, Cole are throwing outside smokes to start the round. So Fnatic already think Cole is secret to some degree. They don't have that info. And so, you know, already bursting 4 or 5 with ramp is the last thing that Fnatic are expecting. A quick tack pause coming to a close, and another eco round for the Swedes. Never where you want to be on the CT side of Nuke, but it's what's been served to them. So pistols out and play around this one hero M4 Brolin rather. He did get 4 back on train in an eco round similar to this, so let's see if he can one-up himself.
Complexity are just so irritated with how slow they play this T side, right? Fnatic, they are like dying for one of these guys to offer up an early fight, and that doesn't come through. They're just holding their ground, and so this is going to tempt Fnatic forward to try and go for these pushes. And Complexity, they're just holding on. Now, JW has caught a good little timing to find himself in this position, because Rush was holding this, backed away for a moment, and then came back. And during that time, JW's worked his way up close. However, they're still holding. JW is going to best config, and he knows that he doesn't get many more chances at those fights, so he backs away. Brolin's M4 isn't able to stand the test of time inside of the A site. And while for Golden and Flusher, just with these Deegs, one by one, they're getting picked apart. And then, unsurprisingly, it's back in towards ramp with Rush.
Yeah, about as well as you like it to go. Complexity have no issue with dropping the final man, and this map of Nuke, well, this 8 win streak on Nuke as of late is maybe you're looking to go one step further here. Complexity getting opening kills through smokes, Not a lot Flusher or fnatic can do about it. Flusher and JW with the AWPs now. Only Golden on double digits here for fnatic. We need someone else to join in. We need someone to step up here as Complexity are having a really, really good time on this T side. Poison going back for more. Crims won't give them the satisfaction though. He won't give them the fight. And a Molotov and a grenade on the door will deny Poison's position. He's going to fall back and play it a little bit safer, waiting for fnatic to push instead. I like this default from Cole, right? They just don't do anything early. They don't ever give away these opening kills to fnatic by, vent diving or rushing off of spawns. They play very safe. They wait for fnatic to make a move. And often fnatic have been pushing, prodding, poking with these pistols. But in a round like this where fnatic aren't going to be making the first move, Complexity, they can fall back to these outside smokes, go for a ramp hit. We've seen them be very keen to take the top site with Molotovs coming in from T-roof. They've shown us a lot in this T side, and so this might just be another quick A-burst for Cole. Let's see if fnatic can stop it.
Ooh, well, Brolin certainly seems to think so. He's secured a double. Crims' molly has burnt out another. And there's JW hopping down from the heavens. Poison. He gets dropped at the very, very end. And so fnatic, they get themselves a 5th round on the board. Still, so much money in those Complexity bank accounts as a result of this very, very one-sided lead thus far. They're not worried about, losing everyone in this round. They still get an investment and they still have a great scoreline to their name. As said, it feels like a 9-6 half makes all the difference if you're a team like fnatic, right? 10-5, still on the cards for Complexity. Brolin arriving a little bit late to the top of hut. Players have already got down to vent. Brolin is chasing them. He's hounding them down. Oh, there he is, delivering the double. He burns out afterwards to the molly from Config. But he's secured the bomb. He's secured the man advantage for fnatic. Crims is left outside. The outside smokes go in, and I like that. Crims almost gets caught throwing utility, but Blame was not able to find the kill. W repositioning, drops Poison. Poison does leg him in response, but it wasn't the killing blow that was needed. And this leaves Obo in a 1v4.
That was a sick round for fnatic, right? Regardless of how this goes. And I think it shows why Complexity have been running some of these slower rounds, right? Not playing off the spawn, not playing the madness, because that is where fnatic are going to be so good in these chaotic rounds where communication gets very tight. And, that's something even looking further where, a multinational team like Complexity could struggle in that aspect. Obviously, everyone here in this side can speak English, but, even little things like that can get in the way. Either way, a great round for fnatic. They put 6 up at the end of the half. They show us what they can do, but can they take a 2-0 victory, or will Complexity be bringing us to Mirage? Those are the questions, and the answers, well, they'll be coming in just a minute, so join us in a sec.
Wow, 9-6 at the end of the first half of play, and Complexity narrowly keeping this lead in their favor. You can see those Betway odds, Hugo. They've shrunk right on down, but they're still edging this one in favor of fnatic. And, they were able to make that half more competitive there towards the very end. So let's see if they can keep the good times rolling over here on their T side. They start off with some early utility into this A bomb site, trying to feign a fast execute into A. And that has pulled rotations on over, but the 3 players at ramp, this is not something I think fnatic are going to be ready for by any stretch of the imagination. And oh dear, it has meant that this bomb is able to go down lower. Complexity sat in a 4-on-3 already on the rotation. Config snipes down 1. Now hiding close was JW. He was playing the trigger discipline. You needed him to get those kills if you're fnatic. And on the defuse already, Brolin trying to deny it, and he can't. Complexity going to steal that 10th round away. And fnatic, they get blindsided by the heavy amount of ramp players. JW missing some crucial shots after playing the trigger discipline as well.
Yeah, that was a great setup for Cole, right? Obviously, not written. I can imagine not really a read. They were stacked for ramp, but the fact that they, peeled so quickly and set up towards Hell, deal with that flank from fnatic. It was the same pistol round the Complexity ran on the T side, or a very similar one. And Brolin comes in from radio to try and assist as he realized those ramp players have gone towards Hell, but he can only get away with a couple of kills. And at that point, while the bomb's planted on B, Config hit some immaculate shots, and the cover just wasn't there. There was a player close towards ramp, but fnatic let Config get out into the site. So Yeah, that's a messy one, and that should push Cole over the line at the start of the half here. Obviously, Fnatic forcing. They want to battle for these early rounds, but will they come out on top? Obo spraying, only good for one. The rotate is here from outside. Poison has to let them get down lower. He can fight towards Hell with his scout, but Fnatic have already taken their route towards B. Config here with a gun. He knows they're close, though. The smoke lands. He'll give up the sight, and, well, Fnatic losing another fight outside will not bode well in this post plant.
Yeah, Config's doing a good job as well of just sniping these players away down at the lowest site and keeping things in the advantage of complexity. Now, he actually does get bested there by flusha. And Golden set up back in decon. Oh, if flusha was able to get that kill, maybe there's a chance of Fnatic here, but now it falls onto Golden in this 1v3. Smoke's going to rain on in. He runs through to try and deny the defuse, and Golden, oh, he has dealt with two of the players. All right, now it's blame F on him. He's closing the distance. He gets the kill, but yeah, there's no time for the defuse. Fnatic, they do it. Wow. They get it over the line.
That is impeccable. Golden, I mean, you know, he was the only player at double digits at the end of the half, but he is just showing up, and not just in the stats alone. That's a great stall as well, right? After he gets the first off the bomb, finds a second, hides, stalls as long as he can. He doesn't even care about taking that fight. He doesn't care about going down. He just wants the round, and the bomb timer allows him to take it. Fnatic, in both these maps, they've lost these T pistols and won the force. Actually, sorry. That was incorrect. They won it on the CT side on Train. They won it on the T side on this map. So yeah, Fnatic, they just love the force buys, man. What can you say? Not so much the pistols, but we'll forget about that. Complexity, they're back to a low buy. They've got a scout as well, and these scouts have been very good to Cole, but Khalil going outside with a flashbang, only getting one, trading quickly. No smoke down here for Fnatic. I don't know if that's by design. They're looking for fights potentially towards these pistols, but the scout finding a tag before it's eventually finished off, and with this kill, Fnatic can go anywhere they want. Rush pushing. Ooh, that was a big kill. If JW gets it, Fnatic probably just split the A site through main, but now they've lost control on top, and B is looking like an option as well. Obo putting up kills, showing the Complexity are not going down without a fight.
Crims is like stuck in garage with this bomb right now. He doesn't want to risk going down. He's trying to join back up with flusha, who sits over here in main. Still back in the A bomb site, you'll see a man named Rush. He's holding on to that Galil. flusha doesn't know that he resides within this site. Rush is having a better heaven in mind, which is a little bit upsetting considering you've got Obo in hell, right? And that's all because they just don't know whether or not they're sneaking up through outside. Now, Config catches the bomb back in main and armed with this deagle. Ooh, you don't want to mess with a man named Config when he's armed with his little green. However, flusha actually does do exactly that, and he seemed pretty glad to take the gunfight, even shooting at the corpse after the fact. So Fnatic, an 8th on the board, they get that conversion up on the tally.
Flush is counting bullets there in that one-on-one. He knows that Config is going to take the fight. He knows how Config plays. Config's not going to hide or try and go heaven and play the post plant. No, Config's going to go for the kill. And flusha, he just jiggles. He forces 5 or so shots out of him, and he goes, yes, screw it, I can commit. And Config, a couple of missed shots, and that's all it takes. A reload will be his loss. And Fnatic just continuing to put up numbers here. They may have lost the pistol, but back-to-back rounds and breaking Cole's economy right back. There's a 4-man ramp stack with a player down lower. So quite the setup, but Fnatic with these early outside smokes have cleared secret. The issue is this bomb is coming in on a ramp play. Fnatic want to split B. They think this position is going to be fairly unguarded, but they couldn't be further from the truth. Roland's cleared out lower, but now into the stack they go. Complexity, do they hold their nerve here? This flank is coming in from lower, very loud as well. Golden's not seen the players right above him. This is a mess, and Complexity are about to show us what they can do, but there's that second lurker from lower. They realize it's a stack. flusha backs up. JW doesn't want to give them the bomb, and Crims has already begun his way into that A site. There it is from JW, knifing them into the back as they push towards the lobby, and that's a great reaction for Fnatic. Got a bit scary there for a second as Golden doesn't clear anything, but once they realize that there's a heavy setup from Complexity, Fnatic, they pull the bomb away, and while JW doing JW things, they'll get rid of those pistols with ease.
I love it. You know, he made the call this time, right guys, just run, it's fine, I got the knife, and yeah, he does what JW often does. In this round, There's going to be no AWP poison. Instead, he's relegated down to a scout. And fnatic, they really do apply the brakes here heading into this first rifle-on-rifle round. Oh, Rush is going to deal with JW, trying to blame F. He doesn't get the information that 3 players have slipped on by, but he hears the footsteps, and so he's going to call for a rotation from Obo. Molly a smoke down at ramp, and Obo just can't play into this round yet. He's got to wait. He's got to wait for one of these to fade. Now, Blame F is still an unknown entity, and the bomb right now is not in a position where anyone can get that trade. So Blame has allowed that kill, and there's nothing fnatic can do about it. Rush has followed up a double through the smoke. It's all left onto flusha in a 1v5.
Oh, and dinked on the first fight, right? He may get the kill, but that doesn't really set him up for success in this clutch. flusha, will he still go for it? Actually has a decent bit of money, and saving this would mean he can drop over a gun to Brolin in the follow-up. So makes a lot of sense to walk away from this round. flusha making the right call, as he often does. But that's not going to be the right round for fnatic. I like that play from Blame as well, especially going into the first proper B drop round for fnatic where they run the gauntlet behind those smokes. Blame, he doesn't spot, he doesn't go for information, but he hears fnatic running and can come for a rotate. That rotate of Obo keeps fnatic with their attention on ramp, and then they go for the plant thinking B's clear. They've seen no one, and Blame pops out from the door, dropping the planter. No cover for fnatic. They're all focused on ramp, and yeah, that's the round lost really at that point. So nice play from Blame, but that's something that, I understand why he does it there, but he probably won't do it again because fnatic are going to be very careful moving forward. You can only assume about clearing the secret, making sure there are no lurkers down lower. Great round from Rush once more. He's been showing up inside of this series. And Complexity 2 rounds ahead of fnatic. Here's another buy round.
Oh, Krim's going to open up, and as they go back towards outside, flusha is absolutely not wasting time at all. He barrels in over the top of main. Now, Config taking up this position, he gets double peeked and does get dropped.
Whoa.
Golden's Deagle ringing out death as it all falls onto Obo in the 1v2. The A site's been conceded. However, the bomb is all the way back in lobby, so they've got to go and get that. This has given some precious time over to Obo. Might give him a bit more of a chance here in this clutch. That bomb finally arriving. Now about to go down. Obo tries to get out through heaven, and Golden just keeps his watchful eye on it. 3 kills in the round. 2 with the Deeg, 1 with a scavenged M4, and fnatic, they answer straight back with a 10th.
Yeah, great reaction once they lose flusha outside to double peek main. I don't know how Golden gets away with those kills, but yeah, just excellently done. fnatic not letting Complexity run away with these man advantages, and now not letting them run away with rounds. It's 10-11. It's a triple nade on an eco for Cole. They're going to dump these grenades outside, but the max one player here is Brolin pushed past, and oh dear, that's a messy start to the spray. There won't be a recovery. It's a gun gifted if they want to grab it. No one's picked it up yet for Cole. They're still waiting for more players potentially, but by this point, fnatic have taken ramp. They've taken a lot of control, and they're looking towards B. You can see Crims scarred from the previous round, smoking off the decon doors, but Cole have begun such a fast rotate down here. fnatic are walking into all 5 players.
Ooh. Yeah, JW's probably happy that the door's been swung open there.
Oh, he got
Blame gets
wallbang.
burnt out. I love that little combo of utility. Getting him trapped, and Config will deliver another. Luckily enough, it's all kept even, and this wrap round from Crims, you were hoping was going to really solidify the round. JW and Golden will get fnatic there anyway, and now tied up at 11 all, bearing in mind that this was a very one-sided start to this map from Complexity. This is a great turnaround for the Swedes.
Yeah, Blame not only getting burnt, but that noise gets heard, and you'll see his head, I'm sure, shake when he gets shot through the door there in that replay. JW spamming it when he hears Blame try to escape. I love that, just playing with the doors. Open, close, doesn't let Cole through, and they don't have a grenade to blow it off or anything, so yeah, that's a tough round, a rough round. A Poison, he's looking to pick up the pieces, but Tag is all he can muster outside, finding Brolin on 11. Probably having to retreat from that position. It's a ramp burst, it's a lineup for Obo, and he almost gets a third, putting Crims down to 40. That smoke is a bit of a one-way, but not really in the way that fnatic wanted it. Crims will trade and regain this position. Flush is going to look to do the same outside, but a quick switch again that could cost him more than he hoped as he tags down Blame, will abandon this position. He had the bomb as well, so losing that would have been the round. And fnatic, where do they even go from here? They have ramp, they have lobby, they know Cole are pushed outside, and they know as a result there should be players on that top site. So yeah, fnatic probably just going to try and hit A and hope for the best. There's actually only one player here right now with a fast rotate available for Poison. Rush has to put up a defense.
Oh, he's swinging on this smoke, checking it, and he is going to best Flusher. That was the only man with like full HP for fnatic. Brolin and Crims are the walking wounded, and now they might just be the walking dead as Rush finds them both. 3 in the round from him. There was one man in that A site, and we needed Rush to step up and deliver, and that is exactly what he does. The Complexity, they're going to keep this lead in their favor.
A great hold on ramp for Obo. The fact that he's able to put up 2.5 there, set to Rush up for this final spray, dropping Crims. And Complexity, they may have had 4 alive with only 1 on A, but they didn't need more than 1 on A. Rush holding his own in a crucial round that's broken fnatic's money. They've got a couple of guns, but relying on Crimson Golden, who have, to be fair, been the consistent players in this map, which is good and it's bad, right? You know, we haven't had Flusher really looking sick. He's not had a lot of opportunity. Brolin's been fairly quiet. JW's AWP was good in the first half, but obviously the money isn't there right now for fnatic. Poison, similarly quiet, but as often is the case on T-side nuke, with him switching over, I think this is going to be a lot better for him outside, trying to support his 2 riflers behind red and in main, respectively. Behind garage, rather. fnatic with late smokes, they're going to try and cross towards secret. Oh dear.
Flusher just deletes Blame F with the CZ. You know, it's only 1 kill, but this has put the pressure on for Complexity. Config, though, is a man molded in the pressure. He's dealt with Golden nicely. This AWP gets spotted, and JW would love to get his hands on it, but he's not able to beat Poison at ramp. And so fnatic, you know, they wanted to go for this beat. Wow. Flusher, it is CZ, man. It's unfair.
Get him out of here. We don't want him. It's not legit. It's clear. It's obvious. And it might be fnatic winning an eco, Harry. Oh dear. Into the meat grinder.
There we go. They get up, but the AWP is in heaven and it's ready to go. Poison putting on a bit of a show. 2 kills, and he knows now just by surviving he's done enough. Flush is going to hold on to this M4, but that's not like, it's not groundbreaking for fnatic, right? They get it close, but they're not able to get it over the line. And now for fnatic, they're going to be in a bit of an awkward spot in terms of the money. Flush is donning that M4 into this round. No one else is going to be investing because they want to have a buy in the next. And obviously now they're going to be a bit out of sync in terms of these investments. So what can Flusher do with this M4? You feel like it kind of has to be worth it on the back of that save there.
Yeah, he's got to make it work. He's got to get something done, and that's a great opener, dropping the only ramp player. And, oh, I like it. He drops his gun behind him, but don't know where it is. No one's found it yet, but he picks up the AK with the E button, so doesn't need to commit to the ramp take. No one's got this M4. Someone needs to get this M4. Golden's going back for it, and he has grabbed it off the ground as well. So that position getting retaken for Cole is obviously a bit of a problem for fnatic, but they didn't know that that was a solo setup, right? They just didn't want to rush into the stack, and somehow Crims and Flusher combine for a kill outside. The grenade isn't that good, and fnatic, they're still a man up in this round. Config looks to put them a man down as he gets aggressive with this M4, but players from all sides and all heights on top of the silo. Crims pressuring, he will find that kill, getting an AK off of his teammate as well, and fnatic, just everywhere they go, they're trading kills, which is impeccable considering what they brought into this round. Just 1 armored gun and 4 pistols, and now this is doable.
Oh, JW just heard the scope, and he knows that Poison is in hell now. Rush is outside in the meantime, and if he's able to deal with these 2 players crossing, then that should be the round dead to rights, no matter how good this wrap is from JW. There's the kill onto Poison, and an AWP put into his hands. 25 seconds, and Rush last seen in main. JW, he's got to be many things here. He's got to be great, but also he's got to be fast. And he's going to start this rotation to retrieve the bomb. Take the M4. needs the reload, has to find the kill or a bomb plant here. And with the time that's left, he's going to try and duck down the vents, but Rush is ready, holds on to A, and solidifies yet another round on the board at 4 complexity.
That's such a tough round for JW, man. Like, you can see him trying to process it at the 25-second mark. Like, do I go heaven and look for the kill? That probably, in hindsight, obviously, would have been the best way of winning that round, just going heaven. But, you know, he doesn't want to risk going heaven and then Rush being in lobby or one of the millions of positions he could have taken that wouldn't have been applicable to JW there. And it's a great eco from fnatic. Remember, that was one gun, but they made it so close and just couldn't convert it. Rush, in every difficult situation, in every round where Complexity is seemingly like in a tough spot, Rush comes in with a multi-kill. He's been doing it on Train. He does it again. And, you know, from him soloing that top site and dealing with the eco round that fnatic made close last time, to him mowing down both players outside just there. Great work. In this one, Poison's picked up a kill, and Crim's dead in the lobby as fnatic try and move outside. It's not a full commitment though, and Poison, oh, maybe he should have been ready for that one. JW still in the lobby, and fnatic have 2 players here. The Bomb eventually leaving and joining the rest of the team outside. That's where BlameF sits very passive, giving away the control, and fnatic, they're just going to take A.
Oh, can they get past config though? Well, Brolin certainly seems to think so. He's actually completely opened up this A bomb site, and BlameF all the way back in CT spawn. They're going to be hard pressed to play into this round. Likely just going to try and hold on to this M4. fnatic coming in with the 12th. This game, you know, still one that's recoverable from the fnatic squad, especially because on the back of winning this round, they break the money of complexity. So you're hoping that, you know, there should be a 13th loaded in the chamber ready to go for fnatic. But as we've seen, getting past these kind of low buy rounds where you have a couple of hero weapons is sometimes a pretty tall order.
Ooh. Yeah, the save providing something for Blame, but he won't get away with his life. Brolin with 3 in the round, and you know, it's nice to see some changes in this map. It's nice to see Obo having a good game. Think back to Train, even though, you know, it was a pickup for fnatic. Anyway, Obo, he was constantly on that CT side, left in the B bomb site, having to rotate into a lost outer bomb site. We didn't really see a lot from him as a result. Not really in the right position, but yeah, right now he's showing up top of the server. Obo was 5-0 in opening duels, and now 5-1. Still pretty good scoreline, as Complexity have themselves, 14-12 up, but a bit of an investment here. They know the money is in Skewith spot, and fnatic have that information too. They've even got a Mac 10 on Crims just to really farm the cash in this 27th round. This game looking to be going the distance. There's still a world where fnatic can 2-0 this series, which I think is kind of shocking considering how well Complexity have looked on this map, but only a couple of rifle rounds away from that very fact. How does Blame hit that?
Yeah, I see. I saw there was a player up there, and I was like, was that Blame up on the boost? No. And it was. He was able to dig one down, and now Rush delivers another kill. That's the bomb dropped. Crims has been able to retrieve it, but just barely. And these pistols are looking to cause some chaos here for Complexity. JW's still up on T-Roof, and he's going to have to try and come in late. Now, doesn't want to make noise here, because Config is pushed into the lobby. Obo, the lone stalwart B-site defender, digs down Golden, and now looks to get a little bit more. Poison in with the flick, and it's all left onto JW. This was a round where Complexity had next to nothing. And it's all onto one man for fnatic. JW on this rotation. Just under a minute left. Time is his only ally right now, and even that is slowly but surely turning against him. What do you even do here if you're JW? He's looking for any kill to present itself, and Complexity just aren't going to offer him up these one-on-ones. They get that trade, they lock in the round. It's 15 on the board for Complexity in an eco round.
Yeah, I feel like we've had more eco wins than rifle wins in this series, Harry, from both teams. But yeah, that's mental for Complexity. How do they do that? Blame with a brilliant shot, but he's not the only one. Poison, look at the flick. Look at the speed. And wow, a wrist breaker. Also a Swede breaker, because maybe 3 rounds in a row for Fnatic to take us to OT, or more likely a third map in this series, as Complexity looks to take us to Mirage. It's a fast one from Fnatic through the Molotov. Brolin gets the opening kill, and he will run right down towards that lower site. Fnatic, they may have just won the round off of this. It might be a wise call to save for Cole if they don't get the next kill here, and so pressure really is on these players who have rotated in anticipation of this rush. Obo getting caught, and yeah, it's dropping apart, it's falling apart rather. Blame does trade onto JW getting aggressive, but this is still a really rough call for Complexity. If kills don't present themselves, then a save might be the best option here.
Yeah, that looks to be the case, right? They're already backing out. They're heading over towards Secret and grouping up. Flusher trying to deny these saving players. He's just being a nuisance. 13 now on the board for Fnatic, and it is another one of these forced buy victories coming in. Is this going to be enough to keep the Swedes in this map, though? 13 on the board. They need 2 in a row to get us to OT.
The word conditioning comes to mind, Harry, because right there, you know, that only works because Fnatic goes so fast. If they go a second later, the round is completely different, but they beat Complexity to B and win the first 2 opening kills, and that's really what makes that round happen. Now, Complexity, they might feel the need to stack ramp in this one. They might feel the need to put more players there, and that potential conditioning for Fnatic could be what they use to their advantage, right? Going aggressive somewhere else, taking the top site quickly. I don't know, do Complexity even want to make that gamble, or do they just want to play safer towards the ramp position? Right? That is also a way of looking at it. So Obo does that. He plays Hell. He won't need a stack here, and that at least allows Complexity to run a standard default setup. They won't be, you know, pulled out of playing their own game by Fnatic's T side. And I think that is crucial, having confidence in your own setup. So passive from Obo, and elsewhere for Fnatic, they throw those outside smokes. JW looks to try and get this ramp kill, and Obo's giving it up. There it is. JW finding a frag, and Fnatic with a man up can do whatever they want once again.
Oh, and it's just every POV we're cutting to, we are seeing Fnatic laying waste to Complexity. Now Rush with this little silo flank could have accomplished a lot, but they've just beat him on the timings. They've just gotten into main. Now they're even holding for this drop. Brolin spots the shadow, knows there's a man on top of main. And so he's not going to give this one up anytime soon. 14 on the board for Fnatic. And these 2 players on Complexity's side, they want to hold on to these guns, because if they don't, they've got nothing up against this OT point. They're going to be force buying these Deegs, you know, pistol armor into this round, but that is it. That is all they've got to deny overtime.
Flusher's buying UMPs and rifle rounds, Harry. Flusher, he has money for AKs. He doesn't want an AK, and he finds both saving players there with a UMP. Like, that's brutal. That's so Flusher, and it might be enough for Fnatic to take us to overtime in our opening series of the day. Brolin taking a spot outside. We have these late smokes for Fnatic. Currently being lined up, but not being thrown, so maybe we'll go back to that later on as Fnatic hold for a lobby push. JW, nice shot as they push through the smoke. Complexity inside of the lobby, though. JW putting up a fight, putting up a battle, and getting rid of these guns, not wanting anyone for Cole to pick up a weapon. Blame has done that, though, with a trade to Flusher and a 1-on-3 presenting himself. Do not count Blame out, but Fnatic, even with this 3-on-1, they are going to run right down towards B and get the early bomb plant in. They know Blame's first point of rotation is ramp. And right now, they're just clearing everything out to be safe.
Yeah, the only risk factor for a moment looked like it could have been Brolin still floating around on that upper site, and he just safe rotates down through the vent, so he's dodged danger well. This leaves Blame having to come in with a secret flank. They might not anticipate this. Everyone seems to be geared up more towards ramp right now. And actually, as I say that, both these players have fallen back towards the door, and D can't Blame. He's going to struggle to find much now that they know where he is. Looking into the site, he spots the legs of Golden, gets some damage off, but it's not the killing blow that was needed. Ooh, spots the man in Decon as well. Fnatic are just being slimy. They're not giving the gunfights over. They're not giving him away back into this round, and they'll shut him out of it. Fnatic, they lock in overtime here on Nuke as they find that 15.
Damn, though. 6 rounds on the CT side for fnatic initially, and they somehow bring this all the way back. They even lose the pistol going into the second half, and it's a force buy for fnatic. Exactly what got them over the line on Train as well, right? Winning these forces after losing pistols, and right now they have taken us to the distance. And then some. Double Orgs for Cole. We've not seen any of these in play, but I welcome them. The AWP is out for Poison here. He's still been a bit quiet. He has, without a doubt, had a recovery buying the AWP and the CT side, but he's still only at 14, bottom of his team right now and the server. So this could be where Poison comes alive in OT. fnatic, where do they want to go? Lots of utility on this top site, trying to push players off of the hut roof. They've done that to Config, but they're not going to be playing off the back of that position. They are mollying Ramp and looking to burst it instead. Crims throwing everything he's got towards his position. Into the AWP they go, and Poison will find that kill. Blame follows, Poison with a second. fnatic are getting torn apart in the Ramp room. Flusher in a 1-on-5.
Yeah, you don't fancy Flusher's odds, but if there ever was a time for a vintage Flusher performance, I guess it's now. And they're just going to double peek it. The Rap's coming in from behind as well, and Flusher is dead to right. So Complexity, they grab the first in OT, 16-15, and with a bit of money behind them, with a bit more of a financial backing, they're able to run away with a round. There was a lot of fights going down towards outside there. Can't imagine that's something that fnatic are going to give over. Once again, they might look to slow it down a bit here in this round. JW is going to be donning his AWP once more. And outside smoke's getting thrown on over. These are the standard two that fall deep over towards the red position. And this is going to mean that Blame might call for a bit of assistance over here towards outside, and that is not where the play is looking to come in for fnatic. Now the A play looks to come through, and they almost catch Config on the ladder, but instead he's shut them all down. It's left onto Golden in the 1v5, and Config with the wall bang to solidify it. What a round from him as he reaches 30 kills on the scoreboard. A stellar way to get there from Config. 17-15, and fnatic, they might have clawed us all the way to OT, but the moment we've gotten into it, Complexity have come up clutch time and time again.
Often teams move away from what's been working in regulation, trying to remain unpredictable coming into OT, and fnatic have tried that, but Cole have also switched things up, right? This AWP has been very mobile. Oh, Poison, he has been supporting Ramp in these rounds, and that's where fnatic have put a lot of pressure on, and in this one, finding an opening kill outside onto Brolin does not bode well, and fnatic, I think they've had enough walking through smokes. This one looks done, Harry, if I say so myself. 5-on-3. And fnatic, think about regulation. They never won a topside round. I think they won one in the entire 15-round half. So, yeah, going into A, into OT, against more weaponry, against more utility is not going to go well for them. Complexity, flashing fights outside, tagging Crims down. There's a player on top of the roof, but it's been spotted. Blade looking for the kill. And, oh, dear. fnatic, they're still hanging around, they're still waiting for the kills, but with the utility in their hands, it's going to go about as well as you expect. Another frag, and Config watching the bomb will not let them cross past it. Does actually go down to Golden, but he's the last man alive here on a 1-on-4. AWP is quick, and Poison will shut it down. We wanted him to come alive in OT, Harry, and that's exactly what we've gotten from young Poison. Complexity with 3 in a row in the first half. They need one more to take us to Mirage.
And man, in OT, those rounds were just so clean for Complexity. It was so one-sided. The moment we hit overtime, and now they sit in a great spot. fnatic, you've got to find 3 in a row if they want to lock in another overtime here. JW trying to pick up the pace and go aggressive with this AWP, staring into the lobby. He's been spotted, and that shot missing means his time runs out. But Crims delivering a bit of a Config-esque stand over towards the door. Does get shut down by Obo, who's provided each and every kill in this round for Complexity. Now retrieving the bomb. Wow. And he does get bested. Golden comes in to save the day, but it's down to the wire. It's very, very close. fnatic just about get that 16th round on the board.
Obo's looking damn good though right now on nuke. What a couple of entries from him. After that excellent spray from Crims, Obo coming alive and still not enough to win the round. fnatic had enough of that T side, but they're looking to go flawless as well. And the double AWP could be a gateway to doing so. flusha and JW armed and dangerous. Poison has got his. Not taking it deep outside, waiting for the util instead rather. Cole throw those cross smokes, but no one pushes behind them, and fnatic don't know that yet, so they're going to be a little bit scared of this outside area. You can already see flusha has left ramp to drop B. It's not a B take though, it's Complexity running through the hut into a bit of a stack. Or not. They had 4 players grouped hut. It certainly looked like they wanted it, but going back towards ramp, and flusha's dropped B, but JW has moved from outside to take that position. fnatic is starting to realize that, maybe Cole didn't send anyone, or at least not many, behind that outside smoke, telling their A players to be aware, as that's where this hit could end up. But Cole, they're trying to clear lost ground. They're trying to get information outside, and if they commit to this, they're gonna run into Golden, who's hanging around in the garage.
They slow it down for a moment, and now this play looks to pick back up in pace. They get down through the vents, but this is where the decision to bring flusha down earlier as a result of those outside smokes actually pays off for fnatic. And my oh my, it's looking good. However, Poison and Blame might have something to say. Blame gets dropped, the bomb down inside of the B site, and Poison in this 1v3. Oh dear, that nade has done it. And he is gone. fnatic 17. They need one more, and we're going to a double overtime.
Well, Harry, I had been missing Counter-Strike in our week off, of course, I'm sure you have too. So this is exactly what I wanted here on day one of playoffs, you know, having some competitive games. And to think that there's a potential third map after this one as well. If fnatic don't take us over the line, they're looking to do so. It would take them double OT though, right? One more round until that very point. More grenades outside. Complexity, do they actually push behind the smokes this time? That seems possible. Both these teams didn't go outside in OT, or at least not in the same way they did in regulation. I've got to say that's probably why we've had flawless CT overtime so far. 3 for Cole, 2 out of 2 for fnatic, and they're looking for the third and final as well. Complexity will go outside. They will go after the smokes, but they've got a fresh few to throw down after the fade. And fnatic, they're going to see all of this utility. They should know what's coming.
Oh dear. Golden gets dropped. And this is the first time in a little while that Complexity have sniped that man advantage away nice and early. fnatic, they've done so well to get this game so close, but bit by bit, they're getting whittled down, and it could be all for naught if this round does not go their way. Config has gotten up into heaven, and even though this is something fnatic are having to bear in mind, their attention is divided across all sides of the map. Crims putting up a double, getting spammed down, and he'll get finished off by Rush. It's going to be the side of Complexity picking this one up, locking in a victory here, and securing Mirage.
That's got to feel good for Cole, right? Like that game for a second, Harry, it felt like fnatic might have been pushing it over the line into another OT, but not going to be the case, not going to be fnatic's today. But Mirage, well, that's a whole new map. It's a whole new chance for either side